So this is my slideshow, and the first thing I did was to change the window size to 1800, so it will appear in this size every time I open it. And yeah, then I have my different inclusions, and I included math in case I needed it. And then we have some functions I don't use, but I kept them in case I need them in the future. And then we have the setup, update, and draw that I'm gonna use. And then I added all of my pictures that is included in the slideshow. And we have all my data types here that I'm gonna use, mostly floats. And yeah, so let's have a look at the code. Up here, in setup, I load all the images so they can be used in the program. And then I have data equals new unsigned char here. Yes. And that's a pointer, and we for now don't need to know more than that. It gets some data from somewhere. And then we have an underscore p get pixels and cat dot, not underscore but dot, get pixels, and that's because we need to know all the pixels to draw the image. These two are individual, and the rest I put into an array of 8 index. Like you can see over here, it's an unsigned char. So then we have the text allocate so that everything can be showed and that we are using RGB color code. And then we have set something, an integer to 0 here, a pic that we're gonna use for a switch case. And then we have alpha equals 0 and brightness equals 255. That is the maximum in grayscale brightness thing. And then we have an X and a Y and a counter that I'm gonna use. Here we just set some background color. I did everything in the draw, and I made a switch case to run the slideshow, and it's checking the number pic, which is 0, as you can see up here, and therefore it starts with case 0, and I have assigned the counter to plus over again with 0.001, and x to plus over and over again with 0.3. And then we have if counter is less than 1000 and counter is more than 100, then it should print on the screen. And if counter is less than 100 and x is less than 1000, then bunny is drawn, and then the an underscore p is drawn on top of it, but it's moving in x, so it's moving like this, as you can see when it begins in a moment over here. Yeah, we have to wait a bit since that's the last picture, so the array have to start over. Not array, but the switch case have to start over. Damn it. Yeah, now it starts. And here you can see the an underscore p is coming in. And then we have the next one, which is a cat, because we here add one to the pictures, and then we call the data in the array. So we have the early pictures will blend into the new picture, and that's picture plus 1 modulus 8, and then yeah, this code that Lars also showed us in class. Didn't change much about it. And then of course we added plus plus to picked, and therefore we have case 1, and that's the same as before. It will just blend in, blend out slowly. And then we have case 2, and here we did some new things, or I did some new things. I have a counter and I have a text drawer, and then I have the counter set to that it should plus with 0.001 all the time, and the y should plus with 0.3 all the time. And then if counter is less than 100 and y is less than 1000, then the cat should be drawn. And then again we plus here the alpha, blah, blah, and if alpha is more than 30, then picture plus plus, and then yeah. So, and then it runs the array again to get the new picture. And then we have case 3, which is blend in, blend out again. But then something new happens in case 4, where we have the brightness that is set to minus by 0.5 all the time, and then we have set offset colors to brightness. That mean that we change everything to making it either darker or brighter. Like if it's 255, it will be the color screen, and if it's 0, it will be all black. And then we of course check if the brightness is less or equals to 0, then it has to be 0, because it only goes from 0 to 255. And then we add a picture, and then we print out or use the picture that is getting dark, and we have here data pics, and then the picture modulus 8, because we still get the pictures from an array. And then we load the data as always. In the opposite, we here check if brightness is more or less to 255. Then we would change brightness to 255, and here it pluses with 0.5 all the time in a row until it reaches 255. And then it picture plus plus, and then the data is again picked out and loaded. In case 6, we change the color of the giraffes. I did that by adding these two numbers in the offset color. Then its brightness, point this, and it's RGB, so red, green, blue. So it will modify the color depending on the brightness value. And then we have the text draw, and if brightness is less or equals to 0, then brightness is 0, and picture plus plus. And then we set alpha to minus 25, because then it will take some time for the next picture to show in when we load the next picture state. And here we have it in case 7, this one. I only want to draw this picture in case 7, nothing more, nothing less. And I do that by just saying mig.draw and then the position and everything. And here we have it. And then again I do the alpha thing, but in case 8 I will reset everything. So here we have that picture set to 0 again, and alpha set to 0 again, and that makes it loop. Like you can see, it starts again all over. And then it breaks. So when case is set to 0 down here, and or everything is set, then we just start all over, as you can see. And here it's blending into the cat that is eating, and so on. So that's my code. I hope you liked it.